Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. William Ruto was yesterday at an interview with Aljazeera, and he made some remarks I want us to have a look at here, for they are going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. Listening to this.
Can't compromise now because Russia is breaking the basic rule of the UN Charter, which is one country cannot invade another country. Where do you stand?
Whatever the proposition, we must bring the conflict to an end.
Even if Russia benefits from its aggression?
The position of Kenya is that we need a peaceful resolution, a mechanism that will bring the war to a stop, because whatever it is, we are all bearing the brunt of what that conflict portends for us. High food prices, we cannot access fertilizer, we cannot pay for fertilizer, transport for commodities, cereals, fertilizer is all clogged up with the sanctions around it and with everything else that come with it. Our position is that in a war there is no winner and there is no right or wrong. I think the most important thing is for us to stop the war. Let us get ourselves first to peace. Then the other processes can follow. We can then discuss who did what was right, what was wrong. But I think in the context where we are today, with high food prices, with global challenges of fertilizer supply, with global challenges of cereal supply, with people faced with drought and famine in many areas, with the challenges of climate change, we do not have the luxury to be pious,
Yes. Ruto is talking about the high cost of living and high food prices, and is attributing that to Russia-Ukraine war. And is also talking about the climate change and the drought. And just yesterday, Rigathi Gachagua, his deputy, was urging Kenyans to farm on forest lands. What does this all mean politically? I've always been maintaining here that William Ruto of the 90s, 2013, 2017, is the same William Ruto in 2022. Anybody thinking and waiting for William Ruto to change, that's somebody just living in a dream world. William Ruto will not change, and is not going to change anytime soon. In 2013, William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta made some promises which they never fulfilled. In 2017, Ruto and Uhuru also made some promises which they never fulfilled. In 2022, it's almost very clear and certain that this time around, William Ruto is most likely not going to fulfill the promises he made when he was campaigning, or rather when he was on the campaign trail. Just to start even with those remarks, he is blaming high cost of living and high food prices on Russia-Ukraine war. While when he was campaigning, he was blaming it purely on Uhuru Kenyatta. So you are seeing William Ruto has made a very big U-turn, and he now believes that the high cost of living is because of Russia-Ukraine war. And when he was telling Kenyans and blaming Uhuru Kenyatta that the high cost of living was because of the President Uhuru's government, was William Ruto aware that it was the war, Russia-Ukraine war, that was causing all that? In my honest opinion, William Ruto knew that, but he was deliberately lying to Kenyans. So Kenyans should hold William Ruto for what he told them when he was campaigning. William Ruto actually lied to Kenyans that Uhuru Kenyatta's government, Uhuru Kenyatta himself, was the cause of the high food prices and the high cost of living. Ruto is just exposing himself as a liar, and Kenyans should hold him accountable for lying to them. And then if you look at those remarks by William Ruto, I still maintain and I repeat, William Ruto does not pass or rather meet the threshold of leadership and integrity, chapter 6 of our constitution. In my own estimation, he is below par. He does not meet that standard. Same to his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua. These two leaders do not meet that standard. And this is why I have a bone to pick with our judiciary, who allowed these two characters to contest and even validated their election. These are two characters who honestly are actually soiling the reputation of the country globally. And during that interview, he was also asked about the heavy cases when he and Uhuru Kenyatta were charged of crimes against humanity. And that question, the mere fact that he was asked about that, it shows clearly that the international community, some are also still skeptical of William Ruto. And that, in my honest opinion, dents the image of this country, dents the image of Kenya. Kenyans are being seen as useless people. People who can just elect such kind of a character as their president. And this is why I still maintain, and I have a bone to pick with our Supreme Court. It's clear beyond any reasonable doubt that there was a lot of fraud at IEBC. There was a lot of manipulation of results at IEBC. And the mere fact, ladies and gentlemen, that even the commission itself could not agree on who won the election proves it to me beyond any reasonable doubt that the Supreme Court also failed to perform their role. They let Kenyans down. And they are equally responsible for the kind of a bad image Kenyans are most likely suffering internationally as a result of a William Ruto's presidency. And this is why I still maintain, and I repeat, Martha Koome and your bench, the best thing you can do to this country is to resign. Yes, that's the best thing you can do to this country. Kenyans no longer have trust and faith in your leadership. Please resign. Let Kenyans be free. You are actually a symbol of impunity. And the mere fact that you continue holding offices, or rather holding the Supreme Court, is just sending the wrong signals, not only to Kenyans, but even to the international community. You have failed Kenyans, you should resign. And even before I conclude again, the mere fact that William Ruto is talking about climate change and his deputy was urging Kenyans to invade forest lands, also just exposes that William Ruto does not mean what he says, and he does not say what he means. He is just uttering words, but inwardly does not believe in them. That also exposes him as a hypocrite. And above all, Kenyans should hold William Ruto responsible for lying to them. Ruto cheated them that it was because of Uhuru Kenyatta. That's why the cost of living was skyrocketing. Ruto is now just telling Kenyans that it's because of Ukraine-Russia war. In other words, William Ruto has realized that he is not going to deliver. So he's just trying to look for excuses. Excuses why he's not going to deliver. And already we are seeing him and his foot soldiers saying the Uhuru looted everything. There is no money. And now he's also bringing the aspect of Russia-Ukraine war. These are just excuses of a leader who knows he's not going to deliver. Kenyans should not expect much from this government. Let me stop it there. Just as I did indicate when we were starting, in case you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. To our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humble, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you, God bless Kenya. Any other person who wants to have a chat with me or to support this forum, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number, or you can channel any contribution or support to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis.